wanted to share some of the materials that I use that I found throughout the years of doing cut paper art. I've been doing it for, I believe, 5 years now. So the first one is one that I've talked about before, and that's cardstock paper. It comes like in a smoother form, so as you can see, it doesn't really have much of a texture. The other form it comes in is in more of a textured form there. And this is super helpful for things like trees or houses or anything that requires a bit more texture. Sometimes backgrounds are good to create with this textured paper as well. And other types of cardstock paper are actually glitter cardstock, and it comes again in all kinds of colors. This is great for making clothes for your characters and making shoes. I've used the gold one for stars as well. So it's really pretty, and when light hits it, it's just gorgeous. So this is another form of cardstock paper. We also have this one, which I apologize if the reflection is a little bit strong, but it's metallic cardstock paper. And I use this one, the silver one, for like mirrors, and I use the gold one for stars and things of that nature. So this is super handy as well. It gives a different effect than the other types of cardstock. I also use felt quite a bit. So I like to use felt I use green felt for grass, and I use it for like blankets or for carpets. I use it for animals. So it's really cool because you can actually color on it. So I use my Prismacolor colored pencils, and I can easily just draw directly on it. I actually used it for a recent cover tribute, and to make the little fawn, and it came out really cool. At least I think so, because it does have like that fur texture. So even with grass, like it photographs very well, and it doesn't look flat, and you don't have to do a lot of additional work. So I enjoy using it for grass. We also have vellum paper, and let's see, I have these sheets right here. So vellum paper, I use it quite a bit. I use it for windows, like regular windows. I use it for stained glass windows. I use it for clouds. I tend to use this one for clouds. I use it for ghosts. And oftentimes I like putting lights behind it, behind the vellum paper, because it has like a see-through look to it. The lights shine through it very nicely. So there's so many uses for vellum paper. Another type of material that I use is cellophane. I don't use this quite as much, but I do sometimes. It reflects light, and it's also see-through. So this is great also with lights behind it. And it comes in different, like this one's a lot more matte, and this one's a lot glossier. So you can use them for different things. I've used this one for papel picado banners. And I've used them for stained glass windows as well, or even for water. So it's super handy. There's also a more like holographic or iridescent type of cellophane paper. So this one can work really beautifully as water, and you would layer it, or at least I do. I like layering it on top of like cardstock paper or the vellum paper, and it gives it a really cool, really neat effect. Something like this, or even for like clouds, maybe like in a dreamy scene. Another type of paper that you can use is actually hand painted paper. So you could do it in any color. You could create different textures. I made quite a few of these a while back when I was experimenting with it, and it was a lot of fun. Like, it was super therapeutic. The only thing is I don't reach for it very much, and the main reason is because, for instance, if I'm working on a book and I need to have like the character obviously has to be consistent. I need to make sure that I create enough sheets with the same type of texture and the same colors so that I can, recreate my character over and over. Another type of paper that I use is tissue paper. And tissue paper, again, is what we use like in gift bags, for gifts. So tissue paper, I use it for like lighter layers of clothing because it has sort of like a see-through effect a bit. I mean, in this one you can't really tell, but it does typically. And I like it for flowers. I like it for papel picado banners because it has that look of papel picado banners. I use it for trees, so the leaves of a tree. So I scrunch it up and then I glue it onto another piece of paper. And it has, like, when photographed, it has like a cool like tree effect from afar. So I like using that. Yeah, and I like it for curtains as well because it has that effect of like letting in light. Something else that I use is cotton swabs. I don't have any right here, but you guys know what cotton swabs are. So I use those. I take them apart and I use them for fog or for clouds, and it has a really cool effect. I really like playing with that, especially for like fog. I think it's really cool. And it doesn't require as much work. I don't know. I just like the texture. I like the way the light falls on it when it's photographed, and I just enjoy working with it. It's fun experimenting. It's fun exploring different materials that you wouldn't normally think of because they give off different effects, and I think that's part of the fun. Just like experimenting with different things and seeing the results and seeing it come to life. So yeah, I hope you found this helpful. If you have any other ideas on different materials that could be used for cut paper art, let me know.